Today's video number 5 for my series on copywriting. Today we're going to be starting a service from scratch. Not a product, but a service that you can offer using your skills, your expertise. And the one that I'll be concentrating on is in personal development. The service I offer, I'm naming it the Change Anything Kit. It promises to help people prepare for an important change that they want to bring either in their family, in their personal life. Something like, I've got an opportunity at work and I don't want to miss it, or I've got to talk with my supervisor coming, something needing to be addressed in their team, or I need to make a change in a relationship that I've got. Maybe it's with my brother I haven't talked to in a long time. And the change is important. It requires courage. It requires some heavy lifting. Nobody else is going to do it beside them, so they feel it's their turn and they see an opportunity and they don't want to miss it. This Change Anything Kit teaches a way for you to manage your thoughts so that you can knock it out of the park on your first shot. And I've used it to change a lot of situations and it's been great for me. So I have confidence that it's going to be useful for other people. So that's why I'm putting it together. When you're creating something like this, it's tempting to say there's a lot of competition already, a lot of people doing coaching and personal development. And that is true, but I'm going to go with two other truths. The first one is that in this space, it's all about trust. It's not because you're a certified coach with 15 years experience that you're definitely more trustworthy to somebody than somebody else, although that may influence it. But trust is mostly about chemistry. It's mostly about whether you've been there before and you have strategies and that your strategies could be helping me too, but it's also, is this person going to have a good listening skill? Is that person going to make me feel important? Those are things that are more important. And the second idea is we can replace the belief that there's a lot of competition with the belief that there's an abundance of people who have not been served well with the existing people that are offering personal development. This idea that there's an abundance of unmet or underserved or sort of crappy offerings. And if that's the case, then we can craft something very specific. It's not going to appeal to everybody, but that is really useful for situations, enough so that people are able to say explicitly to other people, yeah, I know Pascal and his Change Anything Kit can help you out with your situation. You should give it a try, at least go to the website. And that's all that matters. That's what we're going to focus on. Today I'm going to show you what I've got so far and how I got here. In the next video I'm going to give you an update on some improvements, and in a week from now in 2 videos we'll have a finished version. The page that I have right now looks like this. A huge title, Change Anything Kit, a tagline which I'm not a huge fan of, a bit of a introduction, and I'm going straight into the kinds of situations that I could be helpful for. You see that cynicism is installing itself in the team. You know the problem has to be fixed at the source. In your family, you see a bad relationship and you sense that that needs to be broached. There's a big opportunity coming up, etc. So I'm describing situations that people could probably connect with or not. Although right now what I'm seeing is that, okay, that's fine, you're describing situations, but can I trust you to help me with this? And what does the Change Anything Kit have? What is it composed of? So I know this has a lot of problems. Over here, I'm going straight into 2 mental reprogramming tools that I use. So I'm describing the techniques, and maybe they don't care about that. It's not so super important. And here I'm saying the kit is a video, which it's a video of a presentation I gave and a phone call. And so it's a bit all over the place. I would like to just redo all this, but first I'm going to show you how I got to this place. I started with this document here, and I started really early. This is even from August, where I'm taking notes about the problem I'm solving and for whom, and I'm using jobs to be done to do this, as you'll see in a few videos from the past. And in this theory, there's the idea of forces of progress. What is it that they're struggling with? What is it that would make this attractive, and what will be their anxiety for saying no, for example, this is not going to work, and what would they say, well, yeah, I'm just going to use this instead. What are their habits that they're currently using to change that situation, etc. So in this case, the struggle is sort of weak and there's a lot of anxieties There's a lot of things that people would say, I'm gonna make do with what I have, and so this is obviously not working. Even just the name itself, I used to call it the Reformer's Course, and I decided that that wasn't gonna work so well. I got feedback that the name Reformer is sort of not so great, and so I toyed with a bunch of different names. And after a while, I was looking for a name that would be simple enough that people could pass the word. That's how I centered on the Change Anything kit, but there's still a lot of problems with it. I know in particular that the main anxiety, the main thing that makes people hesitate about personal development is the amount of effort that they have to put in order to fix a problem. So if we can fix that anxiety, it's going to be better than the current situation or the current mix of strategies, which is to sort of wing it or to do the minimum, or more specifically, to wait until somebody else makes the change. And in the case of the people I'm trying to help, it's clearly no longer a possibility. So what I've got right now is a good understanding of the foundation, the problem that people want progress on, some of the forces that would bring people toward the yes, and the forces bringing people toward no thanks. I've got a good understanding of that. Also, I've got a first draft, and I have some ideas on how to improve it, namely to just center on what's this kit composed of. Is it going to help me? Can I trust you to be able to help me with this? What's your availability? What's your price? Can you help me solve this problem before that deadline? What does that look like? Can I learn on my own a little bit before our talk, before we have a phone call? I can address all those things in this page. And so that's what I'm going to set out to do next time. And in 2 videos from now, I'll have something that I'm ready to publish. So this is kind of exciting. And subscribe below if you'd like to be notified on Monday with a new video. And otherwise, see you Monday.